A very good morning, class 12. So, after the second lecture, that is about the typhoid and pneumonia, we are going to start with the another disease which is caused by the protozoans, that is called malaria. See, malaria is actually it was earlier it was considered that it is because of some bad air. It is because of mal air. That is why the name given to it was malaria, right? And the disease, the causative agent of this disease who caused this malaria, the protozoa, and the name of the protozoan, that is plasmodium. It is of many species are there of plasmodium which can cause the malaria: plasmodium ovale, plasmodium vivax, plasmodium malariae, plasmodium falciparum. Now, Plasmodium ovale, it causes a malaria which is mild tertian malaria, which is very rarely it is found in India. In India, it is not very common. Other three, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum, they are found in India. Vivax cause benign tertian malaria. Malariae cause quartan malaria. The most serious and malignant, the most fatal, the most serious, the most dangerous, that malaria is caused by Plasmodium falciparum, and this is also known as cerebral malaria. It is most serious and most dangerous, and the causative agent of this is Plasmodium falciparum. Now, this protozoan which causes the malaria, it is digenetic. Digenetic, what do you mean by digenetic? Digenetic means this protozoa completes its life cycle in two hosts. Two hosts, it has two hosts means it has primary host and secondary host. But now if a person, how as a student, how will you decide which one is primary host and which one will act as a secondary host? Primary host is that host in which sexual reproduction of पैथोजन टेक्स प्लेस, राइट. प्राइमरी होस्ट वो होता है जिसमें द सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इज हैपनिंग, and sexual reproduction of plasmodium, it happens in the female anopheles mosquito. So who is the primary host for for the plasmodium? It is female anopheles mosquito. And who is the secondary host then? That is human. So we are saying that protozoan, this protozoan is digenetic. It completes its life cycle in two hosts, that is primary host and secondary host. Female anopheles mosquito, who is the primary host of plasmodium, it sucks the blood, but it sucks the blood, but this blood is not act as a, this is not a food for anopheles. Actually, it does not feed on the blood. Definitely it sucks human beings blood, but it is not sanguivorous. Now what do you mean by sanguivorous? Sanguivorous are those organisms which feed on blood, but female anopheles, it is not sanguivorous. Then why does it suck the blood? It requires only few proteins and amino acids present in blood for the egg formation, but it is not a parasite. It is not parasite on the human blood. It only suck blood to get the nourishment for the egg formation. So this was the introduction about the malaria. the most important thing we have to discuss in one by one step, which now you need to pay your full attention. So I will request everyone, please listen to this video or make notes from this video only when you are fully concentrating, right? Otherwise this is, you are not going to get the best output from this lecture. Life cycle of plasmodium. How does plasmodium it completes its life cycle? The life cycle of plasmodium, it is completed in three phases. One is schizogony. One first phase is schizogony. Schizogony means multiple fission, or it is also known as asexual reproduction, right? Schizogony means, so first phase is schizogony. Schizogony means multiple fission, nuclei they are dividing multiple time, asexual reproduction, and it takes place in two areas in the human beings. Then one is the liver, it takes place in liver, and when this fission takes place in liver, then it is known as hepatic schizogony, right? And if this division, multiple fission, takes place in RBC, then it is known as hemolytic schizogony or erythrolytic schizogony. Once again, listen to me very carefully. Plasmodium completes its life cycle in three phases. First is schizogony. Schizogony means multiple fission, means asexual reproduction. One fission it completes in liver and another in RBC. When it does the fission method, asexual reproduction, divide through multiple fission in liver, then it is known as hepatic schizogony. When it does the divide in RBC, it is known as hemolytic schizogony or erythrolytic schizogony. The second phase is gamogony, and the third phase is sporogony. Gamogony means gamete formation, and sporogony means spore formation, right? Gamogony, gamete formation, it starts in humans but completes in female Anopheles mosquito. Please write it very, very, very carefully that there are three phases: schizogony, gamogony, sporogony. Gamogony is gamete formation, which definitely starts in human beings, but it completes in female Anopheles mosquito. Sporogony means spore formation, which definitely takes place in female Anopheles mosquito. So in plasmodium, the infective stage is sporozoic. It is sporozoic stage. And there are the three scientists which are very important to discuss here for your NEET. That is Laveran. First is Laveran, who discovered malarial parasite in RBC. The plasmodium, who discovered the plasmodium in RBC. Ronald Rose, who gave malaria mosquito relationship, because in earlier it was known as that the bad air causes malaria, but later on it was Ronald Ross who gave us the malaria mosquito relationship. Then the Grassi, he gave the life cycle of plasmodium. So these three scientists, they are important for us: Laveran, Ronald Ross and Grassi. Let's start with life cycle of plasmodium, right? We know that if suppose this is the skin, this is the skin of human being, right? This is the skin, and here the insect is that mosquito is biting. So when mosquito bites, it injects its saliva, right? It releases its saliva, it injects its saliva. The saliva of mosquito, saliva of mosquito, it contains anticoagulant. Now you will ask, ma'am, why does it contain anticoagulant? So that when the saliva is injected, blood will not clot at the punctured place. Now the saliva is injected there, and it is injected that release a stage called sporozoites. So when saliva is injected, then time in the mosquito there is present these sporozoites, right? And these sporozoids, they are called the infective stage of plasmodium. Now these sporozoites, they circulate in the blood and lymph and reach at the liver site. So this is the liver cells. So they reach at the liver site. Now, once they reach at liver site, they undergoes schizogony. Schizogony, I told you, schizogony is, that is the multiple fission. Now these sporozoites, they become enlarged and they start dividing. So this sporozoid, it become larger in the size, and see these nuclei, many nuclei are formed in a sporozoid, and then later on they are surrounded by the cytoplasm, right? So sporozoites, they become enlarged and nucleus divide, many nuclei are formed, they are surrounded by cytoplasm, right? And now they are ready to burst, they are ready to burst in the liver. So these are the hepatic schizogony. Once your schizogony takes place in the liver, this is known as hepatic schizogony. So here one cell sporozoid become larger, divide, and then that cell burst. So there are, these cells are called schizont cells. These are called schizont cells. Schizont cells, they are those cells which undergoes multiple fission. So sporozoid cells, when they undergo multiple fission, they become schizonts. And once they are surrounded by cytoplasm, now the last they burst out, and every now schizont cell get ruptured, and all the daughter cells, they are released. But these daughter cells, here I am writing again, these daughter cells, they are not of same size. Some are small, some are bigger. So these daughter cells, they are now known as cryptomerozoites. Listen to me very carefully again. When the that mosquito bite you, sporozoites are released, they circulate in the blood and lymph, they reach at the liver site, and the sporozoites, they become enlarged, nucleus start dividing, and then finally that is surrounded by cytoplasm. Every cell which undergo the division, which undergo schizogony, that cell is known as schizont. Now schizont get ruptured and daughter cells, they are released, and these daughter cells are known as cryptomerozoites. Now these are not of same size, बच्चों. So those cryptomerozoites who are smaller in size means those daughter cells who are smaller in size, they are known as microcryptomerozoites. Those who are larger in size, they are known as megacryptomerozoites. Now, why I am telling you about these merozoites? Because micro, those who are smaller daughter cells, and these are bigger. Smaller one, they are capable to penetrate into RBC, जो smaller one है. But mega cryptomerozoites, they again infect new liver cells. Why? Because they cannot enter into RBC. Only and only microcryptomerozoites, they will penetrate into RBC. So as you can see here, that this is our RBC cell. Here these microcryptomerozoites, they enter, they undergo multiple fission, they divide inside the RBC. When they divide inside the RBC, this is known as erythrocytic schizogony. When they divide inside the liver cell, that is known as hepatic schizogony. When they divide inside the RBC, that is known as erythrocytic schizogony. So now here these cells, they feed on hemoglobin. So आपको अंदर से hemoglobin ऐसे दिखेगा, अब ऐसे पूरा सेल दिखता है. This is the what is this? अगर मैं इसको बड़ा करूँ, irregular mass of hemoglobin is seen inside the RBC. But actually it is not irregular mass, it is the merozoites who are dividing. Now after this, when merozoites, they are dividing, this is called signet ring stage. In this, hemoglobin surrounds the merozoites, and in the center, merozoites, they keep on dividing. So ultimately you are able to observe this kind of RBC, in which in the center cryptomerozoites are formed. In the peripheral area, hemoglobin is there. Now this is fully developed cryptomerozoites. It will rupture. Now merozoites are released. This RBC will rupture and merozoites are released. And when RBC is ruptured, now it is having these cells which are known as merozoites. This ruptured RBC, it also release a chemical which is released due to breakdown of hemoglobin. And because these merozoites, they are feeding on hemoglobin. So this rupturing of hemoglobin, breakdown of hemoglobin, it release a chemical which is known as hemozoin. Hemozoin, what is a hemozoin? Hemozoin is a pyrogen. Pyre means fire, Jan means generating, fire generating. So this is the stage when a person start having fever. Whenever this hemozoin is released in our body, temperature rises and it resets our hypothalamus, because hypothalamus in our body is actually the thermostat. So this hemozoin, it reset and temperature rises to a certain level. So here we have finished the schizogony at the two stages. One is the hepatic and one is at the RBC. So here now multiple fission is complete. Now we are moving to the gamogony and sporogony. Whenever hemozoin, it is released, it results into fever. Hepatic schizogony, always remember that it always happen before your RBC get ruptured. So that is why it is known as pre-erythrocytic schizogony also. Now अब तक हमने क्या देखा है कि हमारे जो मीरोजॉइड्स हैं दे आर रिलीज. This is our ruptured RBC. When RBC they get ruptured, they release merozoites, and merozoites they are of two sizes. One is the smaller one and another one is the bigger one. Smaller merozoites is known as microgametocytes. So they are formed in your human RBC. They are known as microgametocytes, and bigger one they are known as megagametocytes. Microgametocytes and megagametocytes, these are the cells which will give rise to gametes. Microgametocytes and megagametocytes, these will give rise to gametes. Microgametocytes will give rise to male gamete because it is smaller. Megagametocyte will give rise to female gametes. Now, if at this time mosquito bites any human being which is having this gamete, microgametocytes and megagametocyte, then either if mosquito bite it release sporozoid, but if that mosquito does not have sporozoids, then these microgametocytes and megagametocytes they are sucked in by the mosquito. So here we are now entering into the mosquito gut. So here as you can see that this is the mosquito's salivary gland. This is the mosquito's salivary gland, right? And here it sucks the microgametocytes and megagametocytes. So microgametocyte, it is sucked by the mosquito. This inner area is known as the lumen of foregut, and this is a picture of foregut of mosquito. Now there is this microgametocyte, it start dividing. Four nuclei are formed and which are further surrounded by cytoplasm, and finally the four male gametes they are formed. Here megagametocyte, it become enlarged in size and egg is formed. Now this egg fuses with this microgametocyte or male gamete, and finally there is formation of zygote. Zygote of mosquito is very, very special. It is motile. It is motile structure. It now penetrate, it moves into the wall of duct. This is wall of foregut. It moves into the wall and surrounded by a cyst-like structure for the protection. And this motile zygote of mosquito is known as ookinete. Ookinete. And this ookinete, now inside this ookinete, division of nucleus happen. This division of nucleus surrounded by the cytoplasm, and now it will rupture and release sporozoites, right? And now salivary gland, these all cells they are released and stored in the salivary gland. ये सारे cells जो sporozoites हैं जो release होते हैं, they are stored in the salivary glands. So this whole process is known as sporogony. Now as you can see that here this ookinete, let me make it with another one, ookinete, this rupture and release these sporozoites, and these sporozoites enter into the salivary gland of female Anopheles mosquito. And these cells which are stored, they are known as sporozoites. So at this stage, if this mosquito it bite to any human, then they will enter into human body. It bite healthy human, it injected saliva, it will enter into human. In the human, it will enter into liver cells, they rupture liver cells and then start rupturing the RBC. So first, there is the schizogony in humans take place in the liver cells and RBC. Then gamogony start in human but completed in the lumen of foregut of female Anopheles mosquito. And sporogony, that is the fertilization, formation of ookinete, that all happen in the wall of gut of female Anopheles mosquito. So this is the complete information I gave you about the malaria, complete, board plus neat. What you have to do after writing your notes, please make a conclusion diagram of this malaria by your own. Do not use NCERT. Use your basic concept, read it carefully and then join all the steps and draw one complete diagram on one page, because I gave you diagram which is I have described every part. You have to summarize this diagram in one page. That please, I request all of you that definitely do that thing. Then you will be really confident to describe the life cycle of Plasmodium.